Alright, Brian Tessier here, and today I have you in the South Side. Before we get started, make sure you tap that subscribe button, punch that bell. You want to get my notifications before anybody else. So the South Side, it's obviously in the south of Pittsburgh. Carson Street is the main street that cuts through the South Side, and it divides the two areas, South Side Flats, which is where I'm at now, and the South Side Slopes. Plenty of Port Authority or public transportation. The great thing about the South Side is it's got something for everything. That's why it's one of my favorite areas in Pittsburgh. I mean, it has minor nightclubs, upscale restaurants, mid-scale eating, takeout, donut shops, coffee shops, ice cream shops, chocolate shops, whatever. It has the quick access to the dog park, which I already talked about, and the boat launch. Super flat, you can bike, walk, jog, take your dog. If you're disabled, there are motorized wheelchairs, again, to go up and down these sidewalks. Super safe. A little history, it used to not be safe, it used to be pretty seedy, but over the decades, the city of Pittsburgh has cleaned it all up. It is appealing to a senior age bracket that are empty nesters and an age bracket for those people that are just out of college. So people in the middle that have kids typically tend to move out to the suburbs. A lot of activity, and you're not in the core of the city of Pittsburgh. Now let me talk about college students. It's a relatively decent sized college draw for post-grads and beyond. The reason is there are many bridges that take you over the Monongahela that I've talked about or will talk about, and it takes you to all the colleges, Pitt, Carlo, CMU, you name it. So it's just really one bridge over, and you can walk, jog, bicycle, whatever you need to do all year round. 90-degree weathers, 0-degree weather, you can take public transit, it's really cheap, Uber, etc. So there are some mature college students that will still rent here. I've had families actually buy houses and rent out the rooms, put their kids and other kids in the same house all through their college years. Hold on to it, sell it, whatever it takes. Those kids will then, they love the South Side, so they end up buying a house in the South Side. They end up meeting a significant other, possibly having children, then they move out, raise their children, and then they come back. So that's the big thing about the South Side. So there's two areas. The Flats, which is what I'm in now, that has all the activity. That has the hustle and bustle. You come down here on a 4th of July, Memorial Day, crazy. So that's kind of a negative for some people. I've had some buyers not like that. And then we have the Slopes. The Slopes is obviously going to be on the hillside of basically Mount Washington. Now Carson Street is the divider. From Carson Street down to the Monongahela River was typically the Flats. Carson Street up the hill is the Slopes. So the advantage of the Slopes are they have amazing views. There's just no doubt about it. Amazing views of Pittsburgh, South Side, etc. You can get views in the Flats on rooftop decks, but it's not going to compare with the Slopes. So that's the advantage of the Slopes. The negative of the Slopes is every way up there is an extreme hill. So you have, if you're going to bike, walk, even a car, if we do get some snow, it's going to make it challenging. 90-degree weather, 0-degree weather, I don't care. It's going to be kind of uncomfortable. But you've got the views and you're away from the hubbub. So there's two different mindsets. One isn't better than the other. One isn't worth more than the other. It just depends on the buyer that decides to live here. So that's pretty much it on the South Side. If you have any questions about the South Side or you want me to do a video on another part of Pittsburgh that I haven't already, just drop a comment below and then I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Okay, welcome to the Greater Allegheny Passage Trail. We're picking it up here in South Side. Now, you will see it's a nice concrete or asphalt trail that is tree lined most of the way. It runs parallel to the Monongahela from the point where we're talking about here in South Side. But as we come up on a little parkette, it's called Color Park, just recently designed, where creators can come and paint the concrete blocks on the left and the right you see there. Now the Greater Allegheny Passage Trail is a 150-mile trail that starts or ends, depends how you look at it, at Point State Park, just up the road from where we just started this tour. Now it will take you all the way down to Washington, D.C. if you wanted. You will pick up another trail, and that'll be a total of 333 miles. Now, very popular with bikers to plan a multi-day trek all the way from Pittsburgh down to the Washington, D.C. Now there are bike shops along the way, trail towns, camping, etc. I highly recommend our part of the Greater Allegheny Passage Trail, which is probably about a mile on the south side. I bike it often and I jog it often. It'll take you underneath some of the bridges we have already discussed and viewed in the former videos. right, so I am down here on the 18th Street boat dock in Southside. Now, 18th Street is a hub for a whole bunch of things. You can launch your boat, your jet ski, you can fish. You cannot fish off of the dock. They will bust you. Another big thing is there's free parking everywhere. So a lot of people meet down here and go biking. There's the Allegheny Passage Trail, I think it's called the Gap Trail. Starts way down in Station Square and goes for miles down to other cities. But this is a big draw on the Monongahela or Monongahela River, depends how you pronounce it, for boaters, jet skiers, kayakers, anything you want. So this will take you all the way up to Lock, where Sandcastle is. It's a water park. And then if you go down all the way down the other way, it takes you down to the city of Pittsburgh. City of Pittsburgh, the Point, is a big deal for boaters. 4th of July, everybody ties up there. It's a big no-wake zone, cookouts, partying, etc. So 18th Street, there is no marina right here. There is a marina on this river, but this is just a boat launch. So Southside Boat Launch. Make sure you check it out if you're into anything outdoorsy. So this is called the South 10th Street Bridge. We just call it the 10th Street Bridge around these parts. Now it is going to be just like every other bridge in Southside, and it crosses over the Monongahela or Monongahela, depends how you pronounce it, river. Now it's going to drop you off right in front of the Armstrong Tunnels, which at the end of the Armstrong Tunnels is Duquesne University. So a lot of Duquesne University students will live in Southside and cross over this bridge. You can see in the left and the right, there is a designated pedestrian way for walking or biking, so you're safe. And then again, once through the Armstrong Tunnels, you go through Duquesne University, and PPG Paints Arena is right there, so it's not uncommon to see a bunch of Penguin jerseyed people walking across this bridge on the day of a Penguin game. Okay, so this is the Hot Metal Bridge. Again, every bridge in Southside spans the Monongahela River. Originally built in 1887, it was designed to transfer hot molten lava in these cradles across on train cars across from one side of the river to the other side to make steel. I mean, back in World War II, we represented 15% of all America's steel making capacity. Now, fast forward, it's been a while, and a $14.6 million restoration. It's now obviously brand new concrete. It's considered a hut bridge, pardon the pun, for bikers and joggers and walkers, and it connects us from the south side over to what's called a jail trail. A jail trail, we'll talk about in a later video, runs a good length parallel with the Monongahela River, and the county or the city jail is right next to it. All right, so we have two inclines in Monongahela, 100 feet that way. That's the yellow building. And then we have the Duquesne Incline, which is a mile that way, which is over where I live. But far and away, the most popular thing about Pittsburgh is going to be these pods that I'm standing on. There are 2 or 3 of these pods that overlook, that are on Mount Washington, Grandview Avenue. This is all Mount Washington, that overlooks the city. Wow, we have a spectacular night with the clouds and the sun. Boy, did I get lucky. Actually, I called in a favor to Mother Nature. So this is a major draw for the locals in the form of proms, homecomings, weddings, holiday type events. You will find them on these pods, these platforms. You will see street bikers, exotic car people driving their cars on this main drag, which is very cool to see. Out of towners, they go nuts. I mean, absolutely go nuts whenever they walk on here and see this. So I highly recommend checking it out. All right, so welcome to Lawrenceville, one of my favorite places, downtown Pittsburgh. It's a little further east, about 3 miles east of the downtown core. It has become a favorite of many Pittsburghers that work downtown because its cost of living is less expensive than the Strip District and downtown, and you can bike, walk, jog, or even easily drive or take public transportation into Lawrenceville very quickly. More to come. All right, so I'm up here on Polish Hill. It touches Lawrenceville. We have a lot of new construction going on up here. It's one of the secret areas. It's taking a little longer to turn over, but I'm standing on a new construction site. I want to show you around and show you the view, so stay tuned. All right, so I'm down here at the Bernard Dog Park, where they have, much like most dog parks, they have a large, medium dog park, and then they have a small dog park. So it's pretty good time. It's about 6 o'clock. The shade's hitting. It's definitely the middle of July. But so Lawrenceville does have a dog park. I don't think a lot of people know about it, but it's right off of the trail, which I'm going to talk a little bit more about here soon. And right by the Allegheny River. Here's a 40th Street Bridge. I'm going to talk about that as well in another segment. What you are looking at here is the Children's Hospital, newly renovated Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh. It's a premier children's hospital. It is located right at the top of Lawrenceville, and no doubt one of the biggest draws for employment to the Lawrenceville area, no matter where you're at in Lawrenceville. Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh. The hospital we see now has been renovated and built, brand new buildings built, starting in 2006 and ended in 2009. So the best children's hospital rankings by U.S. News & World Report highlight the top 50 U.S. pediatric hospitals in each of the 10 specialties. UPMC Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh, our hospital, has a bunch of different specialties. Cardiology and heart surgery ranked 2nd, pulmonology 10th, gastroenterology and GI surgery 9th, diabetes and endocrinology 7th. What an amazing feat year over year for UPMC Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh. All right, so I am down here at the Doughboy statue. It is on the corner of Butler and Penn. I guess you can kind of say it's kind of the starting point of Lawrenceville. Now, this statue is a memorial to those from the 6th Ward, which is the Strip District, down by, connects Lawrenceville to Pittsburgh, Lawrenceville and Polishville, which again, I think is an extension of Lawrenceville. That's the 6th Ward. This is a memorial for those 3,100 members of this 6th Ward that have gave their lives to the 2 wars. So, I mean, it's not a memorial that you're going to come down and make an appointment to come down and check out and make sure you make it part of your day. But it's something, if you go by, if you go to Lawrenceville, like every time I come by here on my bike or in my car or whatever, I may not look at the Doughboy statue, primarily because I don't want to kill somebody, but out of the corner of my eye, I know it's there, and it kind of gives you the chills. Kind of gives you a feeling of, people have lost their lives, and that's a commemorative statue for it. So again, Doughboy statue, it's not a big deal. It's not something you're going to seek out, but I think if somebody talks about it, you understand. Somebody has a relative that's connected to it, you'll understand. And if you come down to Lawrenceville, or you go through the Strip District, up to Bloomfield, etc., and you drive by it, you'll understand what it's about. All right, so unlike most communities in the downtown Pittsburgh area and immediate surroundings, the Central North Side does not have a lot of new construction. There's a place inside the Central North Side called the Mexican War Streets. It's been called that for decades, and it has stone roads. It is a historical society that preserves all the fronts of all the buildings. I've worked with many flippers, renovators, and developers, and if you want to get anything changed on the outside, it has to be tough and has to really conform. What you're looking at behind me here off to the side is one of the rare new construction opportunities there is. There is going to be 6 to 8 luxury custom townhouses here with rooftop decks and garages. That's kind of a big deal. I mean, you may find 3 brand new houses, 1 brand new house here and there in the Central North Side. And again, it's not very often, but to have this up here is going to be pretty incredible. It's going to be starting at the $600,000 price point, and we're really excited about seeing that come up. All right, so the Central North Side Mexican War Streets is obviously north of Pittsburgh, hence Central North Side. The Mexican War Streets is inside the Central North Side, but it predominantly takes up the Central North Side. The Central North Side is a dense population of row houses. You're going to have tear downs, which are selling between 100 and 150, or total renovated houses up to, I think, 700,000, somewhere around there. But 300 to 500,000 is probably the primary spot. And no matter how nice you renovate them, they are capped because of their square footage. Garage is a big deal, and yard is a big deal. So the big draw on the Central North Side, why people choose that from other areas, is it's more historic, I would say, if that can even be. So you're going to have tree-lined streets, tree tunnel streets. You'll still have some cobblestone streets, a lot of older architecture, and there is a historical society over here, which I don't believe is anywhere else in the city of Pittsburgh, that will protect and preserve the facades of all of these row homes. So there's not very much commerce up in the Central North Side, Mexican War Streets, dense area. It's primarily all residential. You have to come out of it, and once you come out of it, there's all kind of stuff. coffee shops. You can go down to the north side, which has the stadiums. There's the casino. There's the Carnegie Science Center. There is also the aviary and the Children's Museum, all in the central north side. Incredible. There's lots of trails, lots of place to bike, jog, walk your dog. There's tennis courts over my shoulder, and the biggest employment draw is going to be Allegheny General Hospital. They've been renovating it and adding wings on. It's one of the premier hospitals around, and that's where a lot of the employees will live on this side of town, specifically the central north side, just because of that. As far as access points, it's super easy to get to. 579 is right over the hill there, and the north of Pittsburgh is primarily where people like to live because there's no bridges and tunnels. So central north side, Mexican War Streets, it's worth a look at. Oh, also CCAC has a campus over here. So, and let me frame that a little bit better. You know, summer, hot days, pirate games. Jump on your bicycle, go down to PNC Park. NFL preseason, whenever it's still relatively warm, jump on your bicycle, take a walk, go down and catch a preseason game. Fireworks, the regatta. You can walk right down to the point, right down to the shore, and hang out and watch it all. Fantastic place to live. So down here in the central north side, you'll see the Mattress Factory. I'm sure it was an old mattress factory at one point in time. Now it's like an artist revival type of thing. They have one-off exhibits and stuff like that to come through. Up there at night, those cross members have lights on them, and you can see them from anywhere you have a view in the city of Pittsburgh. So the Mattress Factory is one of the draws of the central north side you want to check out. Okay, so what you're looking at here is the Duquesne Incline. It's open 365 days a year, and it's voted one of the top 10 sites in the world for viewing a cityscape by USA Today. Welcome to Mount Washington, home of two funiculars. What is a funicular? It is a cable-driven transportation system. We call them inclines, the Duquesne Incline and the Monongahela Incline. What you're looking at here is called Restaurant Row. Super high-end restaurants. If you live in Pittsburgh or move to Pittsburgh or visit Pittsburgh, you have to eat there. It is a great place for holidays and birthdays. So we will have a nice mix of condo buildings. What you're looking at there is 1000 Grandview Avenue. All different price points from $300,000 up to $1 million. Freestanding homes, you expect to not find very many for sale. I've seen a recent land transfer with a tear down for $500,000, and there was another one for $1 million that was a tear down. So all super high-end luxury homes because the views are amazing. Did I mention amazing views? Check these out. Welcome to Pittsburgh. So Mount Washington has a population of just under 9,000 people, I would say. The median home value is right around 100,000. Now you're probably confused on why that's so low, but just the homes with the views are really expensive. They're very affordable once you move off of the view. I would say there's more rentals than ownership. Probably about 58% are rentals, and the rest are people that actually own the properties. One of the things I love about Mount Washington is it's easy to get east, north, south, and west. I mean, not to mention the view, as we've already stated many times before. About 450 feet up sits Mount Washington, and it is going to be a hotspot for parks, tourists. Again, the views are the hottest point of Mount Washington. Great walking, great restaurants from low budget to high budget. But again, the views, if I haven't said it enough, are what set it apart from anywhere else in Pittsburgh. Welcome to Grandview Park. Now, there's no hesitation or confusion as to why it is called Grandview. Look at the grand views from this park. Simply amazing. Welcome to Pittsburgh. Grandview Park offers about 2 miles of hiking trails if you wanted, or these concrete paved trails you see. Great for dog walking, strolling with the children, etc. Now, it's not uncommon to see yoga classes, spinning classes up here, but perfect place to watch fireworks, sunsets, and sunrises. It connects to the Allentown area. Beautifully treed area, highly recommend. You could spend hours out here just reading a book. Oh heck, even cruising my YouTube channel. All right, so I made my way down here to the second of two inclines. This is the Monongahela incline. This is all the way down at the beginning or the end of Grandview Avenue, depends how you look at it. This is a very popular incline for going to the south side. The south side, Station Square, all that is right below us. I've taken this incline to go to Penguin games down at PPG Paints Arena as well. All right, so I am down here at Olympia Park. As you can see, it's part of the Emerald View Park. Now, it's primarily known to most people like myself as a dog park. There's a great dog park right behind me, but also there's basketball courts and a big baseball field down there. I'm gonna give you a little overhead tour now. As you can see, it is part of the Emerald View Park, which I had already discussed. Pretty good layout down whenever you get down here. It is on the corner of Olympia, which is that street going that way, and Virginia, which is like a main artery. Part of this park is where I usually come to, and that's this dog park. Awesome dog park, which you can see down there is baseball fields, a little kid play area, and then some basketball courts. So pretty popular place if you are in Mount Washington. Okay, welcome to Shiloh Street, which is located on Mount Washington. One of my favorite places. It's a short stretch of road. It's a one-way road. It's got sidewalks on both sides, and it has my favorite place on Mount Washington, DeFiore's Ice Cream Delight. Amazing ice cream place, soft ice cream, hard ice cream, whatever you need. It has banks. It has flower shop. It has a post office. It has the Grand Brew, which is a coffee shop. It has the Grandview Bakery, which is amazing. It's a destination street for people that live up there, and not only live up there, you could park down at the bottom and take one of the inclines up and walk to it. It's very flat. A lot of people walk their children, their dogs, they jog there, they walk there. It's got a good bar and grill and Redbeards. There's Subway, there's the Summit, which is a cocktail bar. There's a Micro Diner, which is a great breakfast and lunch place. J&J Family Restaurant and Catering as well is another place I like to go and have Saturday and Sunday brunch. So you'll want to check out Shiloh Street, put it on your list.